Hi positive readers, it's Positive Writer today with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you all how I got into the thriller genre. So last year, I decided at the beginning of the year that I wanted to expand my reading horizons, and by that I meant I wanted to read stuff other than just random YA fantasies that I would find. So to do that, I curated a list of books I wanted to read that were all over the place in different genres with different themes and stuff, and set goals for myself so I could read those books and hopefully get into those new genres that I've been procrastinating for a while. And one of those genres, the biggest one that had the most impact on my year last year, was the thriller genre. And that's because I have always loved thrillers. I've been trying to get into it for a while, now I am into it, but before, it took me forever to get into reading it because I love watching thriller movies and my favorite genres. I love me a thriller, but for some reason getting into the books was just kind of hard. But I did it, and in this video I'm going to be telling you how I did it. So if you want to get into the thriller genre, hopefully these tips can help you because they definitely helped me, and now I'm knee deep and I just started a new thriller today. So without further ado, I just want to start this. It's not going to be that long, I don't have that many points, but these are just the about 3 key things I did that really helped me to get into the genre, and now it's probably my favorite. So the first thing I did was I searched for thrillers with things that I enjoy, such as tropes or a certain type of characters or a certain type of relationships or themes. That's what I did. And for example, I love to see really anything about mothers and sons, like mother and son relationship. But especially thrillers, I feel like they just, I don't know, like that relationship, like plus the thriller elements is just like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And my favorite TV show is also one of those things. So that's kind of what got me on the train of looking for all this type of stuff. But that's my main thing to look forward to. And most of the thrillers I read last year, and the ones that I liked especially, were all had that element to it. So yeah, if you need recs, I got you. I am going to come out with a video about them because I've read so many and I just love it so much, and I feel like no one talks about it. It's so hard to find them because no one cares, but I care. And the next thing I love is whodunits, when they're like a group of people and no one knows who did the crime, but they could be anybody. I love it. Cherie Lapina is somebody who writes these really well. She also writes Mothers and Sons really well. So yeah. And people when they're snowed in, I love cabins, you know what I'm saying, any hotels, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. I love when they're like stuck in a place. I love that in a thriller. So I looked for all that stuff. The second thing I did was I did this readathon that was called Thrillerathon, and basically it was hosted by some amazing booktubers. I don't remember everybody, but I did it, and obviously it's about thrillers, so it basically forced me to find thrillers that fit the criteria of whatever the themes for the challenges for the readathon was, and then to read those. And even though I didn't like all the books that I picked, I did love a lot of them, and even better, I got into the genre of thrillers because I had to read a book like a day, and I did, because thrillers, the thing about the thriller genre is it's so short. The books are not usually that long. They're usually at the most 400 pages, and usually more around like 2 or 3. So it's really easy to pick it up and just fly through it, especially if it's really interesting. And it's funny that I say that because the first one I read was Night Film by Marisha Pessel. Was the first book that I put on the list of my thrillers to read for the readathon. And after that, I loved that book so much, and it was about 500 pages, and I read it an entire day, and I was so baffled. And after that, I just ripped on through the rest of the books, and I was ahead of myself, actually. It was a great time, but that was the thing I did, and it really forced me to read thrillers just books in general, that I just would not have normally picked up, but was thinking about it. So I was like, and also Night Film was on a list of books that I was going to read in the thriller genre to get myself into it. So it was perfect. Thrillerathon, I definitely recommend doing it. If they do it this year, definitely do it. They also have Nightmareathon. Just stuff like this that will just kind of force you and make you feel motivated to do it. Will help you get into the genre more if you're kind of just sitting on it. It really helped me get into the groove of thrillers because reading them is different than watching them. But once you start reading it, trust me, if you like thrillers at all, when you start reading that first one, you never want to stop. It's just the whole vibe of a thriller book, the way it sort of scares you and makes you really like jump out of your skin when you figure out what's actually going on. Trust me, I can't wait. I just posted something today. I said I can't wait to start talking about all the thrillers I read last year because I did not talk about really any of them. I didn't do it like a book chat for any of them or anything. So this is the year I'm going to be talking about them a lot more on this channel, and this is the video to get that started. And the last thing that I really have on the list is to watch thriller movies and TV shows. I know I said that it's different from reading it, and it is, but so many of the thrillers that I read, namely the first thriller that I read, which was not Night Film, it was just the first one I read for Thriller-a-thon, but the first thriller I read was Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, because I watched the movie earlier in that year, and I loved the movie, and I knew the book, I knew there was a book, so I was like, you know what, I think I want to read this. And I read it, and it was amazing. It was like the adaptation was basically like exactly the same. I thought they were great companions to each other, and I loved it. And this really helped me to get into the groove of how thrillers are made and stuff like that. And I kind of failed a readathon I did right after this because I did not read thrillers. It was all like fantasy, and I kind of just wasn't feeling it because I was into this. And that's why Thriller-a-thon hit so hard for me, because it was kind of bringing me back to this, and I needed it. I really needed it. So that's amazing. Read and watch movies and TV shows or thrillers, especially ones based off books, because then you probably will feel more inclined to then read those books, and then if you like them, or if you even don't, you'll just get into the more of a groove of reading, because it's like you're kind of already there, because you already know what's going to happen because you've seen the movie or the TV show. I've read a whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of thriller books I read have been based off of movies and TV shows, some that I didn't even know. So definitely recommend doing that, because it will help you to just get a feel for the genre more, and it'll make you feel better about it since you already have watched something else, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of like cheat and be like, I'm going to watch this, and then I can read, you know, if you're just not used to reading thrillers or whatever. There are so many thrillers out there, and I feel like so many people kind of just shy away from the genre because they might think there isn't something out there for me, or there are like so many of them, I don't know like how to find ones that I would like. But I did, and it takes me so much time to find thrillers that I enjoy. But now my TBR is full of them. I do still look for them every now and again, because I love finding more and more, so I never like run out. But there are thrillers out there for you, and you just have to look for it. You just have to know how to look for it. And yeah, I told y'all I will be coming out with some recommendations for thrillers, because I love the genre so much. And I read so many thriller books last year. I read 75 books in total, and I have to say the majority of them are thrillers. I know there were, because I didn't even really read in the beginning of the year. That was when I was still reading a lot of YA fantasy and stuff, and I didn't really like a lot of those. But then in the last half of the year, thrillers like galore. Like I read like straight nothing but thrillers in 1 month, I think. And it was a great month. So I'm telling you, they're fast to read, they're entertaining. If you like thrillers, book thrillers are for you, and I will try to help as much as I can with recommendations of certain types of thrillers, because I have read a significant number of them. And you know, just like search, because there is something out there for everybody. So I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was sort of short, but I kind of just want to, just like the thriller books, I kind of just want to get you into it. I don't want it to be like a long, drawn out thing. You can do it, and those are steps that are supposed to help you, and I hope that they do. I love you all. I'll see you later with another video. Bye.